Well, I'm a game developer. That's right, I get to make one of these countless videos on how I started making games. You know, it feels kind of weird saying how I got started, because I started in a fairly different way from others. Most people I've seen on the internet say that they played a game and were like, I want to make my own game. Like Vimler. He started by playing Minecraft and making his own textures. I didn't. Little me just decided that making games would be epic. So I sat down at my little Chromebook and downloaded a software named Struct. Okay, now you may be like, man, I've never heard of that. Neither had I. I had even Googled good game engines, and Struct was never on that list. I've never heard anyone mention it on the internet because it's not a popular one. I just saw it on the Google Play Store and was like, it says Game Maker. So I got it and made absolutely nothing of interest. I have no footage of my Struct games, and I wouldn't show you if I did. But take my word for it when I say they were pretty bad. But then I moved away from game development for a while. But I remember just feeling like, man, do you know what I should do? Start making games. So I did what any other person would do and started conceptualizing my dream game. It was called S-Cat Journey. Oof, do you see the problem with that name? Okay, we'll move on. Well, anyways, how I started making games with Unity was I had a 10-year-old laptop that didn't even have Bluetooth, and I started, quote-unquote, making games. I followed the weird Lego Unity game tutorial, the FPS tutorial, and the weird micro game platformer. And I remember talking to someone about my FPS game, and he was like, yeah, you should make a full game. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. So I sat down and tried, and I could not code because I'd never tried and I had no idea how to use Unity. So I put Unity down for a while because none of my tutorials had worked. I was like, man, it should have taught me something, but it didn't. It was tough because I knew I wanted to make games, but couldn't because I didn't have the skill. I had visions and dreams of racing games, Fortnite clones, making millions of dollars, finally being socially accepted by meaningless internet points. But most importantly, I wanted to make a game people would enjoy. I started making games because other games were getting boring. I remember at school telling people my game ideas and having them say that those sound too complicated and that they thought I didn't have the willpower to do it. And back then, I didn't. So fast forward to 2022. Just moved to a very different country and I didn't know what to do because I was bored and it was the summer. So I did what anybody else does and started following Bracky's tutorials. And I didn't formally learn how to code, I just learned from doing the same thing over and over and over again with Bracky's and slightly tweaking it to see what would happen. Fast forward to June 2023. The only time I ever finished a game was because I discovered I could show people my games. Because previously, I would never actually finish my games because they were never going to be seen. The only other time I uploaded a game to the general public was by accident on Unity Play, which I'm sure not many people know about, and I can't even find it because I don't remember my login. Another thing that got me into game dev was being amazed at how entertaining some devlogs could be. And I knew I wanted to do YouTube, so that's what I've been doing for about a year, almost. But devlogs weren't the only thing that inspired me. I'm extremely competitive. I saw that there were little game dev competitions called game jams. I know now that they're not exactly competitions, but I still really enjoy competing. Even though that's not the point of a game jam, it's what I enjoy doing. My first game, I remember telling people that it was practice to see what uploading on itch.io would be like, and as practice for the GMTK24. And by the way, we came within the top half of the submissions for the GMTK24, so it felt pretty amazing. We were also one of the most played games of the jam, and if you want to go play it, I'll leave a link in the description. It's not very amazing because it was like my third game I ever made and finished. but you could go play it. But if I stopped here, this video would be extremely boring. You'd be like, okay, you're a game developer, you're supposed to have done stuff. But as you all have seen this year, my year of game dev has not been that boring. And you might have noticed that my video title says that I've been doing this for a year. I have been doing it seriously for a year. I've started and tried many times, but it never clicked until recently. Technically, 1 year of game dev would be... when would that day be? I don't know. I can't find my first game on Unity Play, so sometime in June of 2023. But I'm releasing this video on July 9th because that's a year after I released Better Cluck Next Time, which is really what got me into game dev and sealed the deal that I wanted to do this. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, good job, you're a true Descon fan. Like and subscribe, share this with someone who's trying to get into making games. Maybe this could help them continue. My games are currently on sale right now, so you can buy them and support my channel even more. I don't have a Patreon, so this is the best way to support me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, which hopefully will be out within a month.